Rock me, mama, like a wagon wheel, but rock me, mama, any way you feel. Rock me into Sweaty Time Pro Wrestling, the pro wrestling podcast on the Marsland Media Empire, going over Lucha Underground, episode by episode. I am Sean. With me is my co-host and my host, James.
Hey, I'm your co-host and your host.
You can be my angel and my devil.
Just so everyone knows, Sean is a parasite who speaks through me. It is a malignant situation. Spoilers for Malignant. Skip forward maybe 15 seconds. He does live in the back of my head as a face in my skull.
And parasite, really, that's subjective. But don't worry about how I live my life and how I breed, and thousands and thousands and thousands of Seans will someday swarm the skies and take over your silly, silly human planet.
I'm clipping how... Don't worry about how I breed.
Don't worry about how I breed. Don't you worry about how I breed.
Hey, Nicole, don't worry about how Sean breeds.
Was Nicole worried about how I breed? Tell her not to worry about how I breed.
She just responded with, I believe, ew. She has no context. She doesn't know in this situation you're a parasite malignant style.
Oh my gosh, well that's what happens when you put together your foolish TikToks and you make me look like a fool out of context. Just so you know, if you guys were here in the room, I would sound so smart every week. I would be a genius, but James is purposefully editing me to look like a ding-dang fool.
I edit you to make you look better, you piece of shit. There's times when you stumble over a sentence for 5 seconds, and I cut that so it's just smooth transition.
James is sabotaging me every day, which is not a very host thing for him to be.
It actually does sabotage for if someone were to see you live do improv, they'd be like, wow, man, I guess James really does do well in the edits.
Oh my God, that part was too far. I am a good improviser.
That's what Sharna says.
Ew.
She's just softly rubbing her bean while she watches you improvise.
Oh. I don't like this at all. Ugh.
She's downtown rubbing the bean.
Yeah, no, I got it. I really don't like this one. Oh no.
You just go into the middle of the bean and say, "Hey guys, I'm Sean Marciniak and I'm gonna do one-man improv for you today. Sir, madam, may I have a one-word suggestion?"
Ugh, James, you're not helping me.
That'd be so
James,
cringy.
You are not helping me succeed at all. Ugh. Welcome to Sweaty Time Pro Wrestling. It's a podcast about Lucha Underground. We are on Season 1, Episode 37, PenUltima Lucha. This is the episode right before Ultima Lucha, the final 2-week event of the season, which we will be doing a watch-along to.
For both of those episodes.
Absolutely. It's gonna be crazy. But tonight, it's also crazy. It's always crazy when you're in the temple. Especially when you have a performance review in Dario Cueto's office. One such Big Ryck. You might remember Big Ryck. He's got that big-ass eye patch that's fucking cool as hell, right?
Yeah, Hideo Kojima, don't show him.
Big style. Big Ryck is having his performance review. It is not going great. During this little section of the notes, I have asked James to perform the role of Big Ryck. I transcribed every line Big Ryck has in this scene. These are all the words he speaks. So, ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for James McCollum reading the role of Big Ryck today. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So yeah, Dario has not been seeing eye to eye with him. He's had the first big money contract with that briefcase. He had big plans with him.
Had?
Big Ryck's been blinded by Daivari's money.
Blinded.
Sorry, poor choice of words. So Dario shows Big Ryck the final medallion. These medallions have been circulated into the scene for weeks now. We don't know what they do, but the final one has been revealed. Cueto offers Big Ryck the choice between money, Daivari, or power, the medallion.
Why choose when I can have them both?
Then Dario hands over another wad of cash. This is the series' like 5th wad of cash to Big Ryck from Dario's desk. He hands him the big wad of cash. Big Ryck walks out with a cigar. He has a cigar now. The final medallion and the aforementioned wad of cash.
I'm glad we finally see eye to eye.
This might be the coolest shit I've ever seen in my entire life.
I really liked when he said, why choose when I can have them both? And that's what I say when I'm at a cookout between hot dog and hamburger.
Hot dog and hamburger. I love it I love it for how absolutely just spineless Cueto is. As soon as he's like, of course, Mr. Ryck, would you like to light your cigar in my office as well? Use my face as an ashtray. It's fucking sweet.
Use my mound of cocaine as your ashtray.
I beg of you. I beg of you as we go to the desk. Vampiro promises Puma will speak for the first time tonight to address Konnan being stuffed in a coffin by Mil, Katrina, and the Disciples of Death. Meanwhile, Matt hypes up for the first match.
Vampiro said, hey, Konnan's been stuffed in the coffin, and for the first time, he then says, like, Puma's gonna talk, but I thought it's crazy how he didn't say something akin to, and for the first time, this place hasn't had an aura of suck around. Because Konnan's out. He's stuffed in a goddamn coffin. He should have said, yeah, stuffed in a coffin like I should have done to him 20 years ago when he took that soap opera gig.
This is how you know that they secretly love each other, is that as soon as Konnan's in actual harm, Vampiro's like, whoa, hold on, I didn't do that. Maybe it's a Kuwabara-Urameshi relationship where it's like, hey, Urameshi, you better not die before I kill you, because I'm going to kill you. You can't die. And then he's crying because he secretly loves him, but he doesn't know how to reveal his love because he's been raised in a toxic masculine household. I think that's what's going on here.
I would have said a Nicole James situation.
Oh, what is that?
Oh, it's like, hey, you better not die because I'm the one who's going to be killing you.
Okay. So the same thing, just Yusuke Urameshi and Kuwabara with James and Nicole, two characters people actually might know a lot more.
Yeah, I have no idea who you're talking about. Probably Hunter by Hunter or
maybe a little bit more old school daddy.
It's Yu Yu Hakusho.
That's the one.
All right.
Matt does hype up the first match, which is Johnny Mundo versus Tejano. Johnny Mundo makes his way to the ring first. The temple chant Johnny Hero on his way to the ring. Definitely not Zero. They're definitely not chanting Johnny Zero because he's a hero and we all love Johnny so much.
So Nicole and I just watched Ghost Rider for Engaged with Nicolas Cage. So I thought when Melissa is saying, and Johnny, I thought she was going to say Blaze, but I was like, wait, no, that's Ghost Rider.
It's a different show.
That would have been great, though.
Is your brain okay?
Yeah.
All right. Johnny gets into the ring. He climbs the turnbuckle. He says, I am Johnny Mundo, not Johnny B censored word. And he says it in Spanish and it's cool. What do you think the censored word is, James?
I think he was saying cocksucker.
Yeah, oh, wait, I thought it was like definitely a B. Did you hear a C?
No, I have no idea what it was. I thought you were just being like, hey, James, what could it be?
Hey, James, teach me a swear word.
I used to do that with pen pals. I remember vividly, we were in the world's biggest McDonald's in the Play Place in Florida. They're from Britain, and we were like, teach us Britain slang for curse words.
Did they teach you any?
Yeah, they said fanny means pussy.
Ah, nice. It's a first time matchup between these two, so keep your fanny in a bunch. That doesn't make sense. Keep your fanny in a bunch?
Yeah, makes sense.
All right. Vampiro compares the fighters' bodies, and then Matt Striker asks what kind of strength wins a fight, gym strength or man strength? 2014 is hell, baby.
He got that man strength not from going in the gym, getting like sculpted, looking as a bodybuilder. He got it from being on the farm, picking up cow shit.
Yeah, which is, after watching the match now, it's interesting because I don't think that's totally, I might just be a big old Johnny fanboy, but I don't think that comparison is totally fair.
Well, of course it's not.
I know. It's those, okay, cool. It's one of those, we watch these episodes apart, and a part of me is like, part of watching wrestling is gaslighting yourself.
What?
I think. Because it's just like, especially, or I'll say older media. because you're constantly asking yourself, is this trash or is this trash by today's standards, but great in 2015, right?
Yeah. But what you mean is good in 1995 because it's 20 years behind the times or 10 years behind the times?
We'll say, based on the budget for this show, we'll say 20.
Okay. But also, we know this is factually incorrect because if you got man strength from picking up shit, Chavo would be the biggest fucker in the world.
The story of the match is Johnny is fighting dirty now, but Tejano has been fighting dirty. Even if he's a Technico now, he is a Technico so that he can kick Chavo's ass. That's how much Chavo has to pick up, is that he's fighting Tejano at the Ultima Lucha. But Johnny's getting his dirty licks in. Get a modified neckbreaker off the apron, cuts Tejano's shine off, leaves him outside the ring. But now he's a babyface. He doesn't want to be outside the ring. Johnny bumps Tejano's head off of his ass to keep him outside. We get an Eminem photo taunt. Shout out to his original gimmick in the WWE, his old tag team, Eminem. They were like celebrities, and they were very like it's like if the Hiltons were brothers and wrestlers.
Ooh, gimme.
They were fun as hell. Honestly, for true and quick tangent, I think that was the first time I saw a bad guy wrestler and was like, oh, I don't like them, but they're very good at their job.
Hell yeah.
Like, that was the moment that clicked with me. God, I love John so much.
That's why you love Mundo.
That's why I love Mundo. He was my first for everything. He was the first host I ever latched onto, and then he didn't ask me questions about my breeding, which I appreciate. He's the
You're
best.
the one who brought up I did not ask. You just said like, yeah, and don't ask me about my breeding. Don't ever say that.
James, you are human. You don't get it. If you're a parasite, and especially if you're an otherworldly parasite, such as I am, a bit of the Thing by John Carpenter style, people ask a lot of times, hey, how do you breed? And it's like, you're not going to like the answer. I'm going to tell you right now, as an extraterrestrial parasite, and you ask us how we breed, you're not going to like the answers. James, you didn't do that today because you are my friend, and I appreciate that. But it happens a lot.
People are asking this question, hey, how do you breed? It's, hey, how do you reproduce? That is different than asking someone, how do you breed? Because when you say breed, I think of two dogs humping, but reproduce, I think of science and cells splitting atoms.
James, that immediately makes you think like there is an actual alien invasion and we're all going to die. And since the aliens use the word breed and you just can't stop thinking of two dogs humping. So there's just like, there's chaos, there's fire, everything's burning down. And James is like, these fucking dogs they just won't stop humping.
I used to when YOLO, this makes sense, it rounds about. When YOLO became a term, I used to think two dogs humping or a dog shitting, peak comedy. It's so funny. I have to stifle laughing when I see a dog and we meet eye to eye when it's shitting and an owner's just like waiting with a leash when I'm on a walk. But I used to take GIFs and like superimpose YOLO on top of it and then just send it to people and I'd go YOLO. And then if I saw a dog pooping or humping out in just the world and I was with my friend, I'd go YOLO.
Shouts out to Two Stupid Dogs. That show is still relevant.
Hey, I own it on DVD.
Hell yeah, man. They shit together. That's friendship. Oh, by the way, Johnny's decapitates Tejano with a flying spin kick. I fucking loved that so much.
The kicks in this match are insane. Just they go clap, clap, clap.
Yo, it's fucking good. Yeah, the match is really good. I really like this match. We get back in the ring. Tejano hulks up out of a sleeper. Handspring chops the shit out of Johnny before monkey flipping to get that shine back. Johnny hangs Tejano by the nuts on the top rope. Springboard spinning back kick. Fin de Mundo, Tejano avoids. And Tejano's looking for a powerbomb, but the crew, at least the members of the crew who have not been eaten by a boy in a cage, They smack a Singapore cane on the back of Tejano's knee. Disqualification of 5 minutes, 55 seconds.
No, I was so upset because I wanted this match to come to fruition, and there will be a little bit more in the match, but I did want to mention when he's doing those chops on the chest, Tejano to Mundo then like goes like, no, don't hurt me. And he like guards his chest and kneels or bends down.
He ducks by bending forward.
Yeah, and Tejano's like, what the fuck? Then just slaps him on the back.
It's great. It's a real beautiful, and they get that under the angle like camera shot, so it just looks like the hand of God slapping Johnny on the back. It's beautiful. But we do get it. There is more after the match. You were correct, because Johnny initially covers up Alberto, turns around, sees the crew, gets up, and is like, yeah, all right. And so all three men start beating the shit out of Tejano.
He's like, huh? This? Okay, yeah, let's do a three-way stomp down.
Yeah, that's true. Hey, didn't there used to be three of you? One of you didn't get eaten by a boy in a cage, did you? And they both went, ooh. Alberto, though, makes the save. Johnny escapes, but the crew, they get the bull rope from Tejano. James is silently booing Alberto.
It's so weird because he came in with Tejano as like, hey, we are bitter rivals. This is what you are going to see come to fruition. Whatever that word is. Fruition.
Fruition, yeah. Which they kind of did. I mean, they've had 2 matches now.
Yeah, but that's what it seemed like it was going to be. These two fighting over the belt, whatever belt they have.
The AAA Mega Championship.
But it wasn't, and that's weird. Now they're like, yeah, hey, what up?
I mean, I guess, I don't know. I don't want to see them fight anymore at this point. It's also weird because it is I don't remember when this is filmed, but this was released. This was aired in 2015. And 2015 Alberto is so odd because of what at that time he represented. He represented a wrestler from Mexico getting his chance on the big stage, kind of being screwed over by a really incompetent WWE. They had some high spots. The Shield was there. I get it. They also had a lot of low spots. And I think a lot of people at the time thought, oh, the way they treated Alberto was one of those low spots. They dropped the ball on someone who really could have been the guy. That's what we all thought in 2015. Then he goes on this tour. And I'll say, like, he gets a huge reaction. It's a studio audience, so it's kind of hard to tell what's... At least my ears are dumb. Like, what is piped in sound effect? What is legitimately there? But you look in the people's faces, like, they are, like, excited to see him. Like, and he fires them up. He gets these big lucha chants. Like, it's just very weird to watch Alberto Del Rio in 2015 be as over, and people are so excited to see him, as opposed to, I think, literally a year later. I'm trying to think when his TNA run was. That wasn't so great.
Hey, all I'm saying is it is weird that they're being chummy in the ring opposed to like, I'm going to hit you with this bull rope as well. Because maybe you had something to do with it. Also, real quick, the only thing I believe that's ever been piped in for Lucha Underground is that time someone screamed, he's a madman!
Yeah, that can't be real. That is not... That moment was too perfect to really happen. But also, shouts out to Tejano for, I think he kept some of that mystery. You know, he didn't hug him. He didn't smile. He saw it was Alberto and was like, I don't fucking like this. Mm-hmm. I am like James and I do not trust this. And then Alberto, who got more, like at the time it was a big Alberto chant. He just kind of looked down and was like, they love me. I'm making money. Suck my dick, Tejano. I'm the babyface.
Man, Tejano's so cool.
Tejano's pretty sweet. You know what else is pretty sweet? Getting into Dario's office and having him make you a drink.
Oh, maybe it's some thin gravy?
We hope. This is Hernandez, by the way. He cut to Dario's office. Hernandez is getting a drink made. He turns down a glass of thin gravy, so Dario hands him a Miller Lite.
The product placement is so fucking flagrant. They zoom up on it. It's comedy gold. It seems like it's a sketch on SNL.
It seems it's the Wayne's World sketch. It's some people just do things for money, and I think that's really sad. But also, hell yeah, man. Hernandez is the kind of guy that doesn't drink Thin Gravy. He's a Miller Lite guy. I can relate to him. Maybe he'll watch football with me on a Sunday.
Oh, man, I'm just glad he didn't have any Bud Light in his hand. Am I right, guys?
And I'm glad he didn't have any bud in his hand, period, because marijuana kills.
Yeah, and I'm just glad he has a cross on his goddamn bicep. That means he's religious like me, which means we're like the same people.
Yeah, and I'm just glad that one day he's going to kiss me, but we're not going to be able to talk about it because as much as he's religious like me, I also allow my religion to fucking dictate how I should behave.
And I'm so glad he's running down kids. That's the kind of shit I'm into.
Yeah, Jesus, Miller Lite, child murder. Hernandez.
We also find out Dario hates galleries and museums. He only cares about the gift shops at the end.
He only likes to exit through the gift shop. But he is an appreciator of the fine art. And he found the way that Hernandez beat Drago with a leather strap to be a masterpiece. However, the believers of the temple have been tweeting, and they hate Hernandez. For the record, I was not tweeting at this time. I love Hernandez so much.
Okay, I'm at Sean Marciniak. I'm going to look at this real quick.
Oh, okay. It's going to be problematic, but it will not be problematic towards Hernandez. I love him so much. So Dario is booking the match. It will be Hernandez versus Drago in a lumberjack match. Is a stipulation of wrestling match type where the ring is surrounded by other people, usually other wrestlers. And if they fall outside, they can kind of beat them up and kind of push them back in the ring. Dario creates a lumberjack match where the lumberjacks are the fans with leather straps. He is calling it a Believer's Backlash match. Hernandez takes a swig of sweet, sweet Miller Lite before promising to paint the cameras red with the blood of any idiot who tries to hit him. How's my Twitter search going?
Hold on, I'm finding a good one.
Okay. I didn't have a lot of good ones back in 2015. I gotta tell you, I think it was a lot of like really unfortunate attempts of me trying to get on at midnight.
All right, hashtag who is hotter, the buck-ass naked Vanessa Hudgens or too large even for tailored pants John Hamm's dick bulge?
John Hamm's dick bulge. See, like, my Twitters suck. That question is so obvious.
You also had another one, hashtag who is hotter, that limp dick shit Justin Bieber or thick prick man John Hamm's penis bulge.
John Hamm's penis bulge. 2015, Sean, you fucking coward. Just post the pics you have of John Hamm's huge penis prick bulge. Let the people know. It's time to stop hiding in the shadows with your precious, precious John Hamm nudes.
You also have hashtag who is hotter, hopping like Kangaroo Jack actor, Mr. Jerry O'Connell, or that tall, tan, and hung-some John Hamm's penis bulge.
All right, well, that's a trick question. Because its third option, Kangaroo Jack.
Sean,
don't bring up Kangaroo Jack and not have him be the hottest one in the Who's Hotter contest. That's 101. That's rule 101 of making a Kangaroo Jack reference.
Are you aware that I used to have a celebrity gossip podcast and those are tweets about the podcast?
Oh, okay. I remember you used to have a celebrity. I remember you did have a celebrity gossip podcast. I was not aware those were tweets. I didn't think they were mine, but I couldn't be sure.
It was hashtag who is hotter. It is available nowhere online. Eventually, I'll select segments from it to go up on the Patreon.
What if you release like on tape or like CD, like physical media?
It would need to be DVD because it had a video component to it too. Like pictures would pop up and usually they were the wrong thing.
Oh, damn.
It was always like an A to F improv thing of like, or word association of like, if Justin Bieber came up, it would be like Ellen DeGeneres.
Okay. Like,
because they looked similar back then.
Yeah. I had two thoughts, and one of them was Jiminy Glick based. In that, do you realize there's no way to watch Jiminy Glick unless you have the DVDs?
Oh, dang. We'll find them. Did you try archive.org?
I don't know. Well, you think the show went off before streaming, so I don't know if it ever got on a streaming service.
Well, no, it's archive.org. People put lost media on there. So that's how we're watching this.
Lucha Underground. And it's most likely is probably on there somewhere, but archive.org is archive.org specifically like a Wayback Machine that they take websites that things were on?
No. So archive is associated with the Wayback, but if you I have a bunch of horrorcore albums that aren't available anywhere. I could technically archive them on archive.org for other people to listen to. That's how we listen to Dark Lotus, the Mars version.
Oh. Okay, I remember when we were listening to that, I assumed that's how I stopped being a human being, and I had to sell my soul to become a parasite in the physical sense. Why I don't have, how I don't have arms or legs anymore, and then I live on your back, then I can only sustain myself off of the nutrients you eat, which ain't a lot, I'll tell you.
I have an eating disorder.
We've also been eating a lot, but you've also been eating a lot healthier, I was going to say. You ain't on those junk. You're off sugar totally now, right? Yeah.
Bitch. Suck up on my clit, except with a little bit of ketchup I have with my nuggets.
That's the only sugar I get because I'm the parasite. How you doing?
Well, you've been smooching, I think, recently. That's a little bit of sugar.
I have, but it's complicated. It's not complicated, especially now that she might listen to the episodes. She listened to the last one. I like that I've been smooching. But she is going through her dissertation. Dissertation is the word. So it's not like we can't full on date because it's something she's been working towards for years, and a relationship, especially a new relationship, is a lot of work.
Sean, my face wasn't oh, she's listening. It was, we have a new listener. Duh. We can do season 2 now.
Yeah, we did it. I smooched a girl and we got a listener. Season 2 coming at you.
I lied. It wasn't we needed 30 listeners. We just needed a listener.
And they had to smooch me. That was the other rule.
No, they don't need to smooch you. It's a plus. But real quick, speaking of tweets, hey, tweets from fans actually work. You hear that, Power Ranger fans? Yeah, keep bombarding the creators with your ideas. No matter what they say when they're I don't need this. This is actually hey, we're in a union, this and that. I can't take your ideas and suggestions, even if they were good, wink, wink. No, they're lying to you. They listen to the fans, specifically on X.
Ugh. We were talking about this off the air, but I was recently on X. Ugh. And I didn't realize what tab I was in until I looked around. There's no visual component to this podcast. I'm in the middle of a sentence, which may not have had a payoff, but now is guaranteed to not have a payoff. What y'all missed, James zoomed his camera out with his remote control so he could show me his sweet, sweet nips, I guess.
I have no shirt on.
Yeah.
It's so hot.
And it's now I'm not going to finish whatever I was talking about.
You're on
it's
Twitter,
not worth it.
X you mean, and you're seeing all the sweet wrestling gossip.
Yeah, but now all I can think about is seeing those sweet, sweet nips.
They're not that sweet.
This is over.
I don't eat sugar,
That's what makes it so sweet, because all the sweetness comes from yourself, not artificial means on the outside. You're sweet as hell, James. Hey, James.
Nah, it's all fake shit. I'm aspartame.
Hey, James, you're my ass, and per Tane I can get into. I didn't know how to finish that, so I just went with a Tim and Eric reference. I love you.
I love you too.
Oh, thanks. Let's get into so Cage and Mac are fighting again.
Let's get into
Let's get into it. Yeah. X is terrible.
I have a good transition. Speaking of sweeties, what's sweeter than a honey? Oh, a little bumblebee in the ring.
This is ridiculous. The Mac versus Cage 2. They're already in the ring. The Mac is, quote, a jumbly bumblebee that I, Vampiro, wants to give a hug to. Cage is a bumblebee squisher, so no hug for Cage.
Ooh, it? Oh, he squishes things.
Oh, I don't know if you've ever used the word squish in reference to the Dominator, the dog re-education tool. I'm not sure how to describe this.
It's a squish simulator.
Canceled. This is their second match. Neither have a match at Ultima Lucha, so this is the last chance to get booked, boys. And Cage feels that. Cage is fired up. We talked last week, like it felt like he had a lot of things going on. He wasn't taking Max seriously. He is taking Max seriously this week. Immediately leaps out of the corner, a fistful of fury, launches Mac into a corner. Mac floats through the air like the children of Charlotte from Charlotte's Web spoilers over Cage. Like that, the flip he does over Cage, I am gasped. My air leaves my body as I witness Mac just fly. It's an insane spot. I cannot recommend enough people. That should be GIFed forever. The inventor of the GIF should come back to life, punch himself in the penis until it turns into a photographer machine, also known as a camera, and take the picture of this moment and make this the only GIF ever. That's how good this float over sunset flip was.
Sean, how would a photography camera create a GIF? You'd have to have a fast shutter speed.
Well, that's why you have to turn your penis into it by punching it into one.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's so much easier way. Just like go to archive.com, grab this, put it in Sony Vegas Pro 14, and then just cut that out, export it to easygif.com, and then you have a GIF.
James, I'm going to be honest, the entire time you were talking, I was just thinking about the creator of the GIFs penis. So I don't think it is easier whatever you just said. I'm going to punch this man in the penis until it turns into a camera.
Yay.
Sunset flip roll up. The pin is in 43 seconds. This match is already over.
Yeah. You better believe this will be on quick hits.
Hell yeah. And this post-match is gonna be in my dreams. Cage gets his heat back. Except, nope. Mac gets his heat back. Throws Cage into the barricade balcony. Security gets involved. They are removed from the equation by both sculptures of meat.
Security since when? There has never been security in this show. Dario wants it to be a high-octane violence leading up to Ultima Lucha. Why are the security guards getting involved? I guess to then set up the match that will be happening. But still, this it does not go with continuity.
Here's where I think it does go with continuity. In my brain palace, I feel like someone like OSHA or something like that ended up calling Dario when he had 3 members of the crew and was like, hey, did you let one of your wrestlers get eaten by a boy in a cage? And Dario was like, would you like some thin gravy? I'm so sorry. And they said, okay, we're setting security down there. Whatever you're doing, you can't do whatever you're doing. Put the thin gravy down and hire some security. And for the love of God, go to therapy. And he goes, I'm sorry. And they say, stop it. So I feel like he had to hire security.
And then he goes, and they're like, are you trying to shit yourself, sir?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm not trying. I am. No. And they're like, no, you're not. You're straining so hard. You popped a blood vessel in your eye. No, that's from the cocaine. Oh, well, now we're definitely sending someone down there.
You need security.
Are you doing cocaine through the eyeball? You shouldn't be doing that. I'm freebasing through my eyeball.
Speaking of Dario's peculiar cocaine habits, the hold on. You want it? You got it. Dario appears out of his office with a very odd hold on and books a match. Falls Count Anywhere street fight to kick off Ultima Lucha next week. Cage versus Mac, babies.
Well, I thought you were going to bring up his cocaine use because when he's like, hold on, Stryker goes, oh, it looks like Dario Cueto might have something up his sleeve or up his nose.
I had that was my next note.
Dang it.
I had it written too. It's so cool. No, it's a great line. Dude, it's like, it's weird. It's, I don't know, like growing up, when I was going over memories on my Facebook, and I think from 2009, I had something where it was like, It's official. I was a very absolutist, kind of annoying person as a youth. It's official. WWE sucks and TNA rules.
Yeah, then goddamn 2 years later, Joker Sting shows up and ruins
And I was
it
like,
all.
it's been confirmed.
Ew.
TNA rules. I was like, no, it'd be like a year later, then Hulk Hogan shows up, and I'm like, oh, no.
I love it even more.
And then Val Venus beats Chris. We've probably talked about this before. There is a match they booked for pay-per-view. Chris Daniels, who was a TNA original, gets beat by Val Venus, the latest WWE guy to get fired from there and come over here. And people literally stand up and turn their backs to the ring.
Damn.
Very rarely do you see such a definitive moment of when the fans or when the people turn their backs on whatever they were supporting. It's literal and definitively in this moment where Val Venus pins this guy. A year after I make this Facebook post about how it's all over, guys. It's all TNA, baby.
They're like, hey, I have been watching Adult Swim, Mighty Boosh, right? They do this thing where they turn their backs, and eventually it'll be in a Paddington movie. That's crazy, in a Paddington movie? The dude from Mighty Boosh directed Paddington and Paddington 2. Wow, that's crazy. But hey, let's all turn our backs.
Yeah. Wait, the guy from Mighty Boosh directed Paddington?
Yeah, the dude I believe his name is Dave King. No, it's not Dave King. The guy in the bolo outfit and the art director of all of Mighty Boosh, he directed the freaking Paddingtons.
Fucking sweet, man. Way to make one for yourself and one for them. Am I right? The Scorsese.
It was directed by Paul King.
Ooh. I don't have a joke. That's just a neat name. You okay?
Oh, he also directed and wrote Bunny and the Bull. We own it. It's currently only on Region 2, but holy Christmas, mwah, so good.
What was the name of that movie?
Bunny and the Bull.
Oh, man. Well, nope. I'm just thinking about smoking a bunny. And I don't want to set a bunny on fire and then consume its ashes to get high. That's probably a terrible message to send to the children. Want to know what a great message to send the children is? What do these medallions do? Let's go. Exposition dump right after this commercial break.
Okay, can you just, we don't have time to explain who has them, whatever. Can you just, do you have what the rules of this belt are written down?
Yes, I do.
Because they are the most convoluted, overwritten rules ever. What it should have been is just like someone of you 7 will win this belt. Then the medallions will go to 6 other people. You have to collect all those medallions, and once you get that, then you can cash it in. I have no idea what the fuck this belt means.
So, I have a couple of things on this whole section. The 7 medallions put together make up the gift from the gods. He reveals a belt with slots in it, like there are little holes that you can put a medallion in. The idea is once you collect all the medallions, you get a title shot. You hand in the gift of the gods title belt with all the medallions in it, and you have a title match of your choosing. Unlike some other company cash in, bullshit, boo the WWE, boo.
I'm guessing that's Money in the Bank reference.
Yep. This is Money in the Bank. If you don't know what that is, this is our dear listeners. We love you. Mwah. Money in the Bank is a ladder match for a contract that guarantees any title defense anytime as long as there's a ring or a ref. It's a really cool thing. A bad guy swoops in after a hard-fought match, cashes in. When this episode aired, it had just had its 10th winner. So it's been a thing for a while, and unlike Lucha Underground's, is a contract that paid out. Boo! It was such a weird, like knowing that it's such a fucking. There are great times to make fun of WWE, and then there are times that make you look smaller. I feel like this is one of those times they look smaller. And even afterwards, Dario's like, I'll give it to you in a week. Just, give me a week to promote the match. No cash-ins.
As an individual who publishes podcasts and like schedules events and all of that. This is the only time I've been like, me and Dario are on the same page. You need some time, some lead up to promote something, because people will be like, yeah, you want me to just drop this single that you're featured on like tomorrow? I'm like, fuck no, give it time. Come on my podcast, promote it a little bit, give a month lead up and then release it.
James, you are correct. And I would agree with you about everything if Dario wasn't also the guy who put together a mask versus mask match in like 5 minutes because he felt like it.
Oh, yeah. Well, that was just out of spite.
To who?
To the culture.
Okay, yeah, I guess. God, this fucking worm.
I only have one more note on this section.
Okay, do you go through yours and then I'll kind of like wrap it up.
It's just track jacket Cuerno is giving off casual Piccolo vibes. You know, when Piccolo is not in his normal attire, he's out on the town hanging out with Gohan. That's what he looks like, and I love it.
Hell yeah. Go out of your way to find casual Cuerno, as Dario Cueto calls all 7 holders of the medallion down so that they may, down to the ring. The 7 holders of the medallion being Jack Evans, Aerostar, casual King Cuerno in the khakis, in the track jacket.
Oh, if only he had his cowboy hat.
If only he had his cowboy hat. Bengala, Sexy Star, and my big money shot, big Ryck.
Ooh.
He's the match at Ultima Lucha will be a 7-way fight. Whoever wins the fight will hold the gift of the gods. So everyone go up to the magic belt, let it suck your medallion into its hole, and you will be part of the match. Congratulations.
Do not put this belt up to any television screen, guys.
Please don't. It will suck up all your medallions. You'll have no medallions left.
Well, no, I'm saying because it's obviously a huge magnet.
Oh, that too.
And you should not put a magnet up to a TV.
Yeah, we don't know how they work, but we know it'll fuck up your TV.
And your dad will be pissed.
Something about this belt is that you may, if you hold on to that opportunity for too long, you may have to defend the belt, like any other belt. Also, not unlike Money in the Bank, sometimes people challenge for the Money in the Bank briefcase.
Ooh.
But fuck WWE, am I right?
Yeah, fuck them.
However, there is a mild problem. James, you may have noticed I only said 6 names. The 7th medallion, and Dario was holding a medallion this whole time, which I wish he would have revealed it from his pocket. I thought that would have been a neat little trick.
Or he pulls it out from his nose.
Yeah, or like he goes up to he's a madman guy, and he pulls it out from his ear.
Like, that's the same thing. See, man, you're great at comedy.
Thanks. See, man, you're great at comedy and wonderful looking, and you put in so much work every day for yourself.
Sean, you are good at comedy because you, out of the two of us, are the spooky mental haunted house.
I am being bullied by Whitney Cummings and my co-host.
I'm not bullying you. I'm telling you the truth. If that's what comedy is, you are also that. You are it. Oh, real quick, speaking of like bullshit comedy, I watched this movie called Taking 5. It's ridiculous. It's about 2 girls kidnapping a boy band, and it's 2007. And if you want to know what 2007 was like, watch this movie because it encapsulates everything there. But there is a man who's like an MC of an event, and he's just doing Dane Cook. It is fucking wild.
Yo, I went from like so actively not seeing this movie to like I need to see this movie immediately.
It's on Tubi.
Let's go Tubi. Oh yeah, about that 7th medallion behind the fan's ear. It's not on Tubi. It is with Phoenix, but Phoenix got killed by Mill.
No.
Boo.
Yay.
So the medallion is up for grabs. Medallion is up for grabs in the battle tonight. Actually, the Phoenix medallion will be put as the win condition. Not the winning condition, the prize for a battle royale over the top rope match. When the last 2 competitors the winner must be decided via pinfall or submission.
That's the win condition.
over the top rope until you get to that winning condition. The last two, pinfall submission. Phoenix is back, Dario, you worm. And he's wearing a sweet Under Armour shirt, and the match is already booked. That's the problem, though. He's Phoenix, you're just a little too late. But you can defend, you can reclaim your medallion in the Battle Royale tonight. Good luck.
Yes, please, Daddy.
So it's the Battle Royale, final match of the card tonight. Phoenix, Argenis, Delavar Davari, Famous B, Killshot, Masquerita Sagrada, Ricky Mandel, Superfly, Vinny Massaro, and Marty the Moth.
Yeah, aka what was the fuck he kept calling him?
Butterfly Man?
Yes, Butterfly Man. Anyone with two butterflies on their shorts is cool with me, Vampiro says, to which Stryker goes, Vamp, those are moths.
Vampiro, my sweet summer child. The fact that you see butterflies where others see moths, that's a gift, not a curse. I hope you stay that way forever.
A butterfly I'm willing to punch in real life, but a moth I'm running scared.
Oh, yeah. Wait, why? Are you really afraid of butterflies and moths?
Yes, terrified. I am scared of butterflies. I am terrified of moths.
Okay.
Nicole has laughed so hard of me going and punching out a butterfly in the air. It's like, don't do that. It's just a butterfly. There was like a butterfly garden in Grand Rapids, and I was like, Nicole, I don't think I can go in there. And she's like, it'll be fine. And I go,
Aww. Well, don't worry. If you ever, James, I will protect you, but I am weak. If you want someone to protect you from butterflies, I recommend Famous B, who starts the match with a pedigree, leg drop, Hogan pose, and then eliminates Ricky and Argenis.
hell yeah.
Famous B is jacked, dude. Oh my God, that's power. It's a battle royale match. Everyone's at the ring at the same time. It's chaos in here. Killshot slides around to punt Vinny Massaro's head into Space Station Swerve, rolling Cutter onto Famous B. And you can swerve when you drive, but don't swerve when you fly. Davari from the blind side knocks Killshot off the top rope to the outside, eliminated.
Did you write that?
Yep, it's definitely not you're impressed by that right now, right?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Yeah, it's not a parody of Swerve Strickland, the band behind the mask, who's wrestling right now in AEW. That was not a parody of his theme song. I just wrote that right now.
Okay.
I'm clever and I'm a good songwriter.
Well, if it's a parody of it, you still wrote that and it flowed together well.
Oh, well, thank you. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So we're not going to give flowers to Weird Al Yankovic when he does a song?
I'll never give my flowers to Weird Al Yankovic. He knows what he did.
Damn it. He's just ripping people off, am I right?
Oh my gosh, he ripped me off of his body when I was a parasite in the back of his neck.
Wait, I can do that?
Davari eliminates Vinny Massaro. On the apron, Sagrada monkey flips Superfly, eliminated, but Sagrada slips and eliminates himself. Aw, jeez.
I don't know who did it, but Stryker or Vamp said, a kick combo and a suggestion because someone kicked him in the face and then he did a suck it.
Oh shit, who was that? That was awesome. I remember that now. God, that was so cool. The match is very good. We're kind of flying through it because of the Battle Royale, but very fun. Marty and Davari eliminate Famous B, and then they focus on the last Battle Royale elimination, Phoenix.
No!
It is a double team, but he is a Phoenix and eliminates Davari, the final two, Phoenix and Marty the Moth Martinez.
Which a Phoenix and a moth is just Mothra. Because she always rises from the ashes.
Holy shit. If they wrestle too hard and accidentally fusion dance, this is a kaiju movie.
Uh-huh.
And that's true of any wrestling event. There is a not 0% chance that it will turn into a kaiju fight. And you best protect your children and flee the area.
It could also turn into that fan fiction Nicole read on the Toku Reading Corner over on patreon.com/MLMpod. That was so sweet and amazing. It was about all the kaiju being high schoolers with superpowers. It was more along that. It was a slice of life. But then in specific areas, it just got super horny and creepy. And it's like Mothra's like, oh, I'm so glad I brought a change of underwear because Godzilla's so hot when he rides his motorcycle. And it's like, oh, well, this has been like a visual novel that's like rated E, and then all of a sudden it's a hard M.
Yeah, I imagine that's what Riverdale is about. I'm glad it's out there for people who enjoy that stuff.
No, man, Riverdale's about that life. Speaking of which, if you watch Gotham Knights, it's pretty much Riverdale, but for Batman. It's so it's the weirdest what if series I've ever seen.
Oh, Batman's here. I'm so glad I bought a change of clown underwear.
No, also Joker's not there because he got killed by Batman, and Batman dies in the first episode. It's about his son, his adopted son, who is not Dick Grayson. It's another man.
Is that Damian?
No. It's none of them. And then
it's just a new dude.
Yeah, and he's not Robin because Robin is a girl that saved Batman. Like pulled him into somewhere when he got hit real bad by the mutant gang, and then
like in the Dark Knight, in the Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah, sort of. Okay. It's an amalgam. I explained it to Nicole like this: if you had Gotham. You had everything that Batman to be, but it's in like this a diorama, like this set.
Yeah. Almost like a collage. Yeah.
You just shake it real quick, and wherever the pieces fall, that's what actually is now. It's so weird. Like, some things make sense. Some things are so far. Harvey Dent is the, focus. He's more of the Jim Gordon, and it's as if Harvey Dent never became Two-Face. How would Batman and his relationship, Bruce Wayne and his relationship have gone? Well, he would have been like a godfather to his son. Like, he would have been like a very good family friend. There's cool stuff in it, but it's like CW direction because it was on CW, and it's so fucking bad. But also, but they set it up to be a mystery, and this is, hey, if you know it's going to be a bad show, just make it a mystery, and that will make people be like, well, I gotta know how it ends. What's the solving of the mystery?
That's a good tip, man. Hey, you should write speculation scripts. Maybe even do it on a podcast with a friend of ours. Hell yeah. I don't know what that podcast would be called. We, you know what? Follow the formula and put together a good podcast name. Formulaic's a great show. Marty won't even dive. This Vampiro loves him though. Springboard back elbows, springboard arm drag, tope con hilo. Yeah, Phoenix is back in the temple. Good to see him. Sloppy tilt-a-whirl gets countered with a Tiara's pin for Phoenix to win at 7 minutes and 12 seconds. That Phoenix, he climbs the steps of the aisle, places in the final medallion to the gift of the gods. Fuck you, Dario.
Yeah, I really liked when Marty, Phoenix is out of the ring, and Marty, does that thing where he goes on one side of the ropes, he runs back, and he goes to run, and then he just does the fuck you motion. He edges you, fucks you, but not, literally, and then does the little scamps bow of like, hello,
yes.
I'm a little scamp.
Marty is a very little scamp, and we love to see, and we love our little scamps here.
Because if we actually, I was going to say, because if we didn't, we wouldn't love me, but, everyone knows there's no one I hate more than myself.
Aw, kisses for James. We love you. Puma speaks.
You kiss me and you're like, actually, you are very salty. You're not sweet at all. Oh, no, you're like, you're very umami.
Oh, trust me. I know you're salty umami. I'm living on your back, remember?
Oh, yeah. And your tongue is so long, it's just constantly sweeping my shoulder blades.
Thank you. Puma speaks live.
That's a haunted house.
Yeah! Vampiro makes a silly face, then runs down the Ultima Lucha card. Puma comes out in the black mask, and he speaks. He takes the microphone. Wait, no, he doesn't. He's interrupted by Suit Mil Muertes and Katrina.
Looking so dapper. Oh, my God. But real quick, when explaining who will be at Ultima Lucha fighting, they bill Vampiro as saying in nearly a decade he's back. And it's like, no.
He literally wrestled last week. I saw him.
Maybe it's because he He was under Vampiro Clandestia or whatever.
And this might be the first time in 10. I forgot we looked it up, but I think he was just wrestling indies. He wasn't wrestling for AAA.
No, it was like 2 years prior.
That he wrestled for AAA?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I guess on American television then, who knows?
Oh yeah, that could be it because WCW would have probably been around 96, 97.
Or no, it would have been, no, that's not true. It would, oh no, because this is 2014, 2015.
Yeah.
So WCW closed in 2002, late 2001?
Oh wait, yeah, that makes more sense. So yeah, in about a decade.
I think he was on the first couple episodes of TNA, but he would have been gone by like 05, 06.
So on American television, nearly a decade.
Yeah, sure. It's still very, it is still, I agree with you, it is still very circuitous and trickery involving.
Also, when Puma, like, he's at the top of the stairs and he's like, yeah, I'm Puma. And he starts coming down. You see a little kid behind him just going like, yeah.
Dude, Puma's fucking sweet. Well, and Puma, I like casual Puma a lot. I think out of all the casual attires, we give the day to Cuerno. I wasn't sure if it was a tracksuit. I thought it was like a Western style shirt with the fringes.
Oh, it could have been.
Whatever he was wearing over his nipples, I loved it. But like, I also really like the Puma with the hoodie and the sort of like, I like and the like the sweatpants, like he looks like the teen hero before a fantasy adventure.
I will save my thoughts on Puma once we get to the end.
So Puma, by the way, drops the mic as he's interrupted by Mel and Katrina. Drops the mic, lays the title down, sort of creating a line for Mill to cross. And he immediately calls him to do it. Cross the line. Cross over this title belt and fight me right now, you big suited bitch. And so Mill's on his way down. He's like, you know what? You want it? You'll get it. When the disciples of death swarm on Puma from behind. The problem is Puma is a fucking menace. Dude, he knocks the block off of all these three men, and it is so... Because like this Puma is a lot of roundhouse kicks. It's a lot of like martial arts movie fucking action. It's so good. He beats the shit out of the three of them, makes passionate eye contact with Mill while peacocking on him before a corkscrew tope onto the disciples, knocking them all out of the equation forever. They're dead. The trios match is never going to happen because Puma killed them. Sorry. Mill comes down to handle business himself, but Puma's business is to shut that shit down. Roundhouse kick, passionate eye contact with Katrina this time, before a 630 splash onto Mill. Springboard backflip to land superhero pose behind the title on the Aztec symbol in the middle of the ring. Fucking cinema.
Okay, so Puma throughout this entire time, it's like he's never really wrestled. He's a new guy. He's green. That's why he has Konnan. Like Konnan's coaching him. And a lot of people have been perpetuating that. And Puma doesn't really, at least in the last 30-some episodes, hasn't had a lot of matches compared to other people. But in this moment, he proved his reign. Like, it was so fucking flawless and clean. And that Spider-Man pose he did at the end, that was so cool. Hell yeah, I'm so psyched for Ultima Lucha. I was telling Nicole, I was like, it's crazy how they landed it. Like, they keep upping, and it's so fucking good, minus that one-man match, Iron Man match. Ugh.
Oh, the 60-minute. What was it? Johnny and was that Puma?
Yeah, I think so.
No. I think that was the title match.
Yeah, and it was. I think there's only been 2 episodes this entire season that I'm like, it was okay.
Yeah, but even that match, would you say that's more of a stylistic choice for yourself that you don't like longer matches? Yeah, where like I think for me the only like dip was tonight when Dario was explaining what the gift of the gods was.
Oh, yeah, just because it's so convoluted. Just say it's Money in the Bank or make up new rules. Like, truly, if it was a fetch quest, you have to collect all 7 and then you get a title match, like, whenever you choose. Do that. That's fun.
Yeah. Or, you know what? And I like the idea now of, like, this season we introduce all the medallions, and it's going to be one big match that you earn them. Because you're introducing them, it makes sense. In the future, oh, and by the way, we should mention, after they cash it in, they Dragon Ball style scatter away, so they have to be recollected. And then it should be a fetch quest.
Yeah.
I think for season 2, it should be a fetch quest.
You want to know what would be even cooler is you get the belt. And it's Mortal Kombat style of there are 7 matches. And if you win, you get the belt. Then if you win, you get the next person has one of the medallions, you get that medallion. Then let's say, hey, you have one medallion and the belt. The next match you lose, the person who won gets the belt and both medallions. And it just, whoever has the belt and all the medallions at the end wins. That would have been gnarly.
Honestly, like the gift of the gods, you can do so many cool things with this, and I hope they do. It was just explained poorly. Like, it is convoluted in a good way, I think. In that, like, it's convoluted in the way that there are enough that I think it is more free. It creates more opportunities than it creates rules. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, that kind of convoluted can be really good. It all comes down to you really didn't need that dig at Money in the Bank. Which is, of all the things I dislike about WWE, Money in the Bank is fine.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool.
What would also be cool is you have the belt and how he said, like, hey, someone could challenge you for the belt. Maybe they get one of the medallions. And then you have to get that medallion back in order to then, it's like, hey, you fucked up. So it's kind of like a Sonic style. You keep getting hit and then the rings start popping out.
Yeah, or you could. I like that. What if the champion gets their hands on one of the medallions?
Ooh!
So you can never complete the belt as long as the champion is holding this medallion from you. You can do a lot of things with this very complicated belt process.
Well,
just explain it better.
And I like the champion thing, like, oh, the champion is actually going to challenge you before you even make the challenge. So what they're going to do is take the medallion. So not only did they beat you, you have to beat them twice in a row to get the championship belt. You need to beat it to get the medallion back. Then you need to challenge them to get it again.
And you better do it a week in advance so that Dario can promote it, unless you want it to be a mask versus mask match, in which case, I don't fucking care. I hate the culture. Yeah! Dario Cueto.
Well, speaking of culture, you've been cultivating quite the audience on Twitch, haven't you?
Twitch.tv/Goose Von Kaiser. And watch me play Metal Gear Solid. That's a silly game.
I'm Snake.
I'm Snake, and I'm constantly sexually harassing my workmates.
Yeah.
He's very problematic. I'm sorry if you're a Metal Gear fan. Snake is a deeply problematic person.
If you listen to Get Played, right?
Yes, I do.
Did you listen to their Kojember month?
I don't think I listened to it dedicatedly.
Okay.
Like I would pick up here and there.
Because they did a whole month a few Novembers ago just doing Hideo Kojima stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And
they covered Big Rick, of course.
And their thing was like, this man, we don't know if he is problematic himself or if he is just art imitating art. Meaning he loves film so much, and he's like, well, this is like what the action movies of the 80s did. So like that's what I'm just like doing an homage to that.
I think looking at things from the past with the critical eye of the present, but also being able to put that into context. Like Metal Gear Solid came out in 98 and was deeply influenced by movies of the 80s. So like you see where it is. It's night. I like to refer to it just a scooch of 1998 just shows up every now and then.
Yeah.
And yeah, being a really tough, cool spy person who, as soon as you get into the call with your boss, is just like, hey, I also want to have sex with you. I'm on a mission.
Hell yeah.
And I refuse to go to therapy. You know what it is. You know how it is.
That's like my boss. He's always saying, hey, let's have sex together and don't go to therapy.
Is that Nicole?
No, that's me.
Oh, you're your own boss. Okay.
I hate my own boss, but boy, oh boy, do I touch his junk so much.
Hell yeah. And everyone else can touch that subscribe button with all of your sweet pluggables.
Yeah, guys, I have a new EP with MC Deep coming out everywhere on September 15th called The Modern Myth. Follow me wherever you listen to music so it gets in that queue right away. And listen to all my other podcasts under, not under anything. Also, did I say my name's Marshland Monster? Maybe that's what was a holdover from that. That's what I rap under. And hey guys, go to MLMpod.com to find out information about all the other free feed podcasts that I do. But if you're in a generous mood, head over to patreon.com/MLMpod, where for $5 a month you get exclusive content every single Friday. Technically, it's Thursday at 7 p.m. Central Time. And you get, if you're even more generous, do the $10 tier where you get all of that weekly stuff plus bonus monthly content in the form of straight to Patreon or some watch-alongs, and you get shout-outs on every single free feed podcast. So let's begin with those, starting with Steve F.
Big.
Okay, maybe shorten it to like 3 bigs.
Okay.
I was going to say Ryck. God damn it. Because he said big. Also, what are you doing big about? What's that from?
That was the way Dario introduces when he's calling everyone down to put the medallions in. He introduces his special little boy Big Ryck with like 5 to 10 bigs, and then just Ryck. It's awesome.
All right, well, Steve F. Let's begin again.
Big.
Eric Berry of Ranger Command Power Hour.
Big.
Alex Z. The Waz.
Big.
Orion, I believe his producer tag will be Murder by Instinct.
Big by big.
Jordan B. The Chaos Witch.
Chaos, big.
Joshua, my Bickle brother in common law, Jakis.
Big.
Steve Barnes, a sweet child of time. We just put out our first ever, well, not first ever, our first Wheel of Time Season 2 episode. It's not. I think by the time, yes, it will be available. It's out, baby.
Hell yeah. What else is out that Steve is a big?
My mother.
Big.
Lil Cor's BFF. Shane.
Big.
That Fed.
That big.
Twitch.tv/it's core winning. It's twitch.tv/core winning. It's Corwin. Damn it. I'm fucking up.
Yeah, no, to me, you're too big to fuck up.
And from the Rom Complex and Formulaic, a podcast and script writing, it's twitch.tv/R2Shelby2.
Big.
And I've been James.
I'm still Sean.
And
this has been what?
And I'm shirtless.
And I'm a parasite. Goodbye.
Bye.
This episode sucks.
No, it doesn't. This is all getting cut. No, listeners, I'm leaving it in. No, I'm kidding. Oh, yeah.